is ancient maps which show the world as it looked during the last ice age. I first explored this in Fingerprints of the Gods, and I've touched on the mystery again, and I have an appendix on the subject.
What if the world we know today is only a fragment of a much older, more advanced civilization, one that mapped the Earth long before recorded history? Elon Musk, known for pushing boundaries in science and technology, has turned his attention to ancient maps that challenge everything mainstream historians have taught us. These maps, some dating back to the 1300s, depict Antarctica without ice, lost continents, and coastlines altered by time. Even more shocking, they suggest an advanced civilization may have charted the Earth with precision rivaling modern technology. Could humanity have risen and fallen multiple times before our recorded history even began? And if so, why is this knowledge suppressed? The mysterious ancient map. Deep within the archives of history, a set of ancient world maps has surfaced, maps that should not exist. These artifacts, drawn centuries ago, depict landscapes that do not match modern geography, but align with how the Earth would have looked before the last ice age. The implications are nothing short of extraordinary. If these maps are authentic, they prove that someone, thousands of years ago, had the technology and knowledge to accurately chart the globe. One of the most shocking aspects of these maps is their inclusion of Antarctica without ice. Officially, the continent wasn't discovered until 1819. Yet these maps, some over 500 years old, depict it as a lush, habitable land. Modern science confirms that Antarctica was once ice-free. But this was over 12,000 years ago. How could cartographers from the Middle Ages have known this? Elon Musk has taken an interest in these maps, particularly their precision in latitude and longitude. Such accuracy should have been impossible before the invention of the marine chronometer in the 18th century, which allowed for accurate long-distance navigation. Yet, these ancient maps match satellite imagery with eerie precision, suggesting an unknown civilization possessed advanced seafaring and mapping abilities long before modern history allows. One of the most famous of these maps is the Piri Reis map, created in 1513 by a Turkish admiral. He claimed to have based his work on older sources, many of which were allegedly taken from the lost library of Alexandria. If true, this means the knowledge of the ancient world was far greater than we have been led to believe. Skeptics argue these maps are coincidental or artistic interpretations, but the overwhelming consistency among multiple ancient maps suggests otherwise. When Musk was questioned about his thoughts on lost civilizations, he hinted that history may not be as linear as we assume. If ancient civilizations did possess the ability to map the world with unexplainable accuracy, what other advanced knowledge might they have held? As Musk continues to explore these mysteries, the question remains: who were the original mapmakers, and why has their knowledge been erased from history? Antarctica, the Forbidden Land. For centuries, Antarctica has remained one of the most enigmatic and restricted places on Earth. Although modern scientists only officially discovered the continent in 1819, ancient maps suggest that it was known long before then. More disturbingly, they show it without ice, suggesting that whoever created these maps may have seen Antarctica when it was still a thriving, habitable landmass. Geological evidence supports the claim that Antarctica was ice-free over 12,000 years ago, during a time when global temperatures were significantly different. If these maps are accurate, it suggests that humans, or another intelligent species, witnessed Antarctica in a completely different state. The question is, who were these ancient explorers? Elon Musk has been secretly funding research in Antarctica, leading many to speculate that he may have uncovered something beyond what the public has been told. His companies, SpaceX and Tesla, have both conducted classified energy and climate research in the region, but details remain scarce. Could Musk be investigating what lies beneath Antarctica's ice? Satellite imagery has revealed strange structures buried beneath the ice, including anomalous formations that resemble artificial constructions. Some researchers believe these could be remnants of an advanced civilization buried under the ice, possibly destroyed in a global catastrophe. If Antarctica once held human settlements or even technological artifacts, it would completely rewrite the history of civilization. Musk, known for challenging mainstream narratives, may have evidence that forces us to rethink what we know about our past. While some believe Antarctica is merely a frozen wasteland, others argue that it holds the biggest secrets in human history. If Musk's research confirms the existence of ancient structures or lost technology, the world may soon be forced to confront a history far older than we ever imagined. The truth, it seems, is hidden beneath miles of ice, waiting to be uncovered. The lost cartographers. Every civilization throughout history has left behind monuments, texts, and artifacts. But what if the greatest civilization of all was erased from history? The ancient maps that Musk is investigating suggest exactly that. The Piri Reis map, the Orontius Phineus map, and several others depict Antarctica without ice, with an accuracy that challenges the mainstream historical timeline. These maps weren't just speculative drawings, they were based on even older documents that have since vanished. Mainstream historians dismiss these maps as misinterpretations, but researchers who have studied them for decades argue that their precision is beyond coincidence. If these maps are real, they suggest that a global, technologically advanced society existed long before recorded history. Some researchers believe this civilization was capable of oceanic navigation far beyond what mainstream history acknowledges. The ability to measure longitude accurately was not officially achieved until the 1700s. Yet these ancient maps somehow displayed precise coordinates thousands of years earlier. Musk has hinted that humanity may not be the first advanced civilization on Earth. If a highly developed society once existed and was destroyed, it raises the question, what happened to them? The leading theory is that a catastrophic event, such as a massive flood, asteroid impact, or global climate shift, wiped out this civilization, leaving only fragmented knowledge behind. If true, this means history is not a straight line, but a cycle of rising and collapsing civilizations. If Musk's theories hold weight, the ancient world was far more sophisticated and interconnected than we have been led to believe. And if knowledge from this past civilization was lost, what else are we missing? The evidence suggests that human history is far older and more advanced than we ever imagined. But who would benefit from hiding the truth? Suppressed knowledge. The greatest mysteries of history are not just hidden, they are deliberately kept from public knowledge. Ancient maps, underwater ruins, and texts hinting at lost civilizations have been ignored, ridiculed, or destroyed. The question is, why? Mainstream historians insist that civilizations only began developing 6,000 years ago, with the Sumerians and Egyptians. But if these maps prove otherwise, it means that powerful institutions have been actively suppressing this knowledge. Musk has always been vocal about questioning authority and challenging official narratives. He has hinted that ancient knowledge could hold the key to solving modern technological challenges, from energy production to space travel. Throughout history, discoveries that challenge the official timeline have been discredited or mysteriously lost. Ancient libraries like the Library of Alexandria were destroyed, erasing untold knowledge about the past. But what if fragments of that knowledge survived? Some researchers believe that organizations dedicated to controlling historical narratives have worked to keep this information hidden. After all, if humanity has risen and fallen multiple times, what does that say about our current civilization's future? Musk, always eager to challenge the limits of human potential, is now at the center of a debate that could change everything. If these maps are authentic, then human history is on the verge of a complete rewrite. And if the past has been hidden from us, what else is being kept secret? The secretive organizations controlling our history. Throughout time, history has been controlled, rewritten, and buried beneath layers of misinformation. From the burning of the Library of Alexandria to the suppression of discoveries that challenge the mainstream narrative, it seems that certain organizations have a vested interest in keeping the truth hidden. The ancient maps that Elon Musk has taken an interest in pose a direct threat to the accepted version of history, leading to an even bigger question: who benefits from keeping humanity in the dark? If civilizations before us had the technology to map the world with pinpoint accuracy, then modern history books are deeply flawed. The Piri Reis map, the Orontius Phineus map, and other ancient documents all depict an Earth vastly different from what we see today. These maps, which should not exist based on our understanding of history, suggest an undocumented era of global exploration. But the moment researchers present such evidence, they are immediately dismissed or discredited. Elon Musk has been vocal about challenging established authority, and in this case, history itself may be controlled by the very institutions that dictate what we learn in school. Universities and academic bodies have built careers and reputations upon the official historical timeline, and anything that questions it threatens to disrupt their entire foundation. If new evidence emerges proving that civilizations mapped the world tens of thousands of years ago, it would demand a complete rewrite of human history, something these institutions are unwilling to accept. Governments, religious groups, and corporate entities all play a role in the preservation or destruction of knowledge. Many researchers believe that certain findings, such as lost cities, ancient artifacts, and texts that contradict mainstream archaeology, have been deliberately suppressed to maintain control over the historical narrative. If history is rewritten, people may begin to question everything, including the real origins of human civilization. Musk has pointed out that knowledge is power, and those who control knowledge ultimately control human progress. If ancient civilizations had once mastered energy, transportation, or even medicine, what happened to those breakthroughs? Were they lost? Or were they hidden by powerful institutions that feared what might happen if such knowledge became public? As more evidence of advanced ancient civilizations emerges, one thing becomes clear: the past is far more mysterious than we ever imagined. And if history has been manipulated, it raises an even bigger question. What else are we being lied to about? The Antarctica connection. What's really buried under the ice? Antarctica remains one of the most restricted places on Earth, with limited access and tight government control over scientific expeditions. Officially, it's a frozen wasteland with no history of human habitation, yet ancient maps depict Antarctica without ice, suggesting it was once a thriving landmass. How could people from centuries ago possibly have known what the continent looked like beneath the ice? Elon Musk has been actively investigating underground and hidden worlds, particularly in relation to space colonization, underground tunnels, and undiscovered locations on Earth. Given his fascination with lost civilizations, it is no surprise that he has also turned his attention to Antarctica, one of the greatest mysteries on the planet. Satellite imagery has revealed strange formations beneath the ice, including what appear to be massive artificial structures buried under miles of snow. Some of these anomalies resemble pyramids, while others look like massive underground bases. Could these be the remnants of an ancient civilization that thrived before a cataclysmic event wiped them out? Researchers have long speculated that Antarctica was once a temperate land, home to forests, lakes, and possibly even human settlements. If the ice melted, it would expose structures that have been frozen in time for thousands of years. Some conspiracy theorists believe that world governments already know about these hidden structures, but are keeping them a closely guarded secret. Musk has hinted that ancient civilizations may have had knowledge beyond what we assume, and if anything is buried in Antarctica, it could be the missing link to a forgotten era of human history. Some believe the region holds evidence of advanced technology, lost texts, and even remnants of a past human society that could prove our timeline of civilization is completely wrong. The secrecy surrounding Antarctica has led to countless theories, ranging from hidden underground bases to remnants of an Atlantis-like civilization. If Musk's research uncovers proof of such a past, it could be the greatest discovery in human history. But that raises another question. Why are governments so intent on keeping the region restricted? What could be so shocking, so world-changing, that it has to remain hidden from the public? Advanced ancient technology. Was the past more advanced than we think? Elon Musk's vision of the future revolves around groundbreaking technology, artificial intelligence, and interplanetary travel. But what if the answers to some of his biggest challenges lie in the past? Many believe that lost civilizations were not primitive, but rather had technologies beyond what we can comprehend today. Evidence of advanced ancient knowledge can be found in the mysterious precision of ancient structures, such as the Great Pyramid of Giza, The alignment, geometry, and sheer size of these structures suggest that ancient civilizations had engineering capabilities far beyond what conventional history suggests. Some researchers even argue that these civilizations possessed an understanding of energy, electromagnetism, and physics that we have only recently begun to rediscover. Ancient texts and religious scriptures from various cultures reference flying machines, lost energy sources, and forgotten sciences that hint at a level of knowledge that was wiped from history. Musk has frequently expressed his belief that humanity may not be the first advanced civilization on Earth. If true, this would mean that a past society achieved incredible scientific progress, only to be destroyed by a cataclysm. Ancient maps with precision unmatched by modern cartographers, underwater ruins resembling submerged cities, and hieroglyphs depicting what appear to be futuristic machines all suggest that something far greater than we imagine once existed. But if humanity once achieved this level of sophistication, why did it disappear? Some theorists argue that this lost knowledge was deliberately erased to keep civilization from advancing too quickly. If ancient technology was as advanced as some evidence suggests, releasing that knowledge today could shake the foundations of global power structures. Could Musk's research into energy, transportation, and AI actually be rediscovering concepts that ancient civilizations already understood? Is it possible that we are not inventing new technology, but merely recreating what was once lost? If Musk can uncover the truth behind these ancient advancements, he may not just change the future, he may rewrite the past. The suppression of historical truth. If the evidence of ancient civilizations with advanced knowledge is so compelling, why do mainstream historians continue to dismiss it? Musk's recent exploration into these suppressed topics has sparked controversy, debate, and backlash from powerful institutions. Governments, academic institutions, and elite organizations have spent centuries maintaining a narrative that keeps certain knowledge out of the public eye. If people were to learn that history has been manipulated, it would undermine the credibility of those in power. Ancient maps, hidden ruins, and mysterious artifacts are either ignored or explained away as mere coincidences, even when scientific evidence supports their authenticity. Researchers who push against the official story often face professional ruin, ridicule, or even censorship. The question is, who benefits from keeping this information hidden? If humanity once possessed advanced knowledge that was lost, modern institutions would no longer be seen as the pinnacle of human achievement. Instead, they would be viewed as part of a cycle, one where civilizations rise, achieve incredible technological breakthroughs, and then collapse. Musk, with his deep interest in both future technology and lost history, is in a unique position to bring the truth to light. His projects in space exploration, AI, and energy innovation align eerily well with the lost technologies and knowledge hinted at in ancient texts. Could he be on the verge of rediscovering something that was buried thousands of years ago? As the pieces of this puzzle come together, one thing is certain: the truth about human history is far stranger and more complex than we have been led to believe. And if Musk is right, we are only scratching the surface of what really happened on this planet. The ancient architects, secrets hidden in megalithic structures.
And to take samples of natural sarsen scatters across southern England.
Across the world, massive stone structures defy explanation, challenging everything we know about early civilizations. From the Great Pyramids of Giza to Göbekli Tepe and Machu Picchu, these sites share an unsettling truth. They should not exist based on our understanding of history. The precision, scale, and alignment of these structures suggest that ancient civilizations may have possessed technological knowledge far beyond what mainstream historians are willing to accept. Elon Musk has often questioned the origins of human intelligence, wondering if knowledge is truly linear or if it has been gained and lost repeatedly throughout time. When examining the world's most mysterious ancient sites, it becomes clear that some of these structures could not have been built with primitive tools alone. Many were constructed with astronomical precision, lining up with celestial bodies in ways that suggest an advanced understanding of the stars, an understanding that was supposedly impossible for civilizations thousands of years ago. Consider the pyramids of Giza. the sheer accuracy of their alignment with Orion's belt, the mathematical encoding of pi, and the speed of light within their dimensions, and the impossibly tight fit of their massive stone blocks suggest that these structures were not built by accident, nor by primitive means. While mainstream archaeology credits the Egyptians with their construction, some theorists suggest that these pyramids were built upon knowledge passed down from a lost civilization, one that may have existed long before recorded history. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey further complicates the timeline of human development. This site, dated to be over 12,000 years old, features massive T-shaped pillars adorned with intricate carvings of animals and humanoid figures. What makes it truly astonishing is that it was built by a civilization that, according to mainstream history, should have still been hunter-gatherers with no knowledge of advanced architecture. Yet this site required engineering skills, advanced organization, and a deep understanding of construction methods that should not have existed at the time. Musk has always emphasized the importance of technological progress, but these sites suggest that humanity may have reached high levels of advancement in the past, only for it all to be lost due to an unknown catastrophe. If these civilizations had advanced building techniques, what else did they know? Could they have mastered energy, transportation, or even forms of computation that have since been forgotten? The same mystery extends to South America, where sites like Sacsayhuaman in Peru feature megalithic walls composed of massive stones, carved and fitted together with such precision that not even a razor blade can fit between them. Some stones weigh over 100 tons, raising the question of how an ancient civilization moved them without modern machinery. Ancient texts and myths speak of golden ages where gods walked among humans, sharing knowledge that has since been erased. Musk, fascinated by lost civilizations, might be on the brink of rediscovering these lost techniques, not in the past, but through his work in engineering, energy, and artificial intelligence. What if the past holds the answers to some of our greatest challenges? The lost cities beneath the ocean, proof of a forgotten world. One of the most intriguing elements of ancient maps is the depiction of land masses that no longer exist. Theories suggest that these lands were once home to thriving civilizations, only to be swallowed by the sea after a cataclysmic event. Elon Musk has expressed interest in the potential for underwater exploration, hinting that the answers to many of humanity's biggest questions may lie beneath the ocean floor. Evidence of lost civilizations beneath the sea continues to emerge. In the Bay of Cambay, off the coast of India, sonar scans have detected ruins of an ancient city that predates known human settlements. This discovery, which includes massive stone structures, roads, and signs of a planned civilization, was submerged thousands of years ago, before human civilization was even supposed to exist. Off the coast of Japan, the Yonaguni Monument has baffled researchers for decades. This underwater complex appears to be a vast stone structure featuring terraces, staircases, and what could be an ancient temple. Mainstream geologists argue that it could be a natural formation, but its sharp angles, precise cuts, and structured layout suggest human craftsmanship. If this site was truly built by ancient civilizations, it could mean that an entire chapter of human history has been lost beneath the waves. Even more intriguing are the descriptions of lost continents and sunken lands in ancient myths. Stories of Atlantis, Lemuria, and Mu all describe advanced civilizations that disappeared overnight. Many historians have dismissed these as mere legends, but what if these myths were based on real events? If so, the implications could be earth-shattering. The last ice age ended around 12,000 years ago, causing sea levels to rise by over 400 feet.
Calculation is that 27 million square kilometers that was above water during the ice age is underwater now.
If there were civilizations living in coastal regions at that time, their entire worlds would have been submerged, leaving little to no trace of their existence. This would explain why so few records exist from before this time. Their cities now rest beneath the ocean floor. Musk's technological ambitions could help in mapping and exploring these lost underwater sites, using advanced robotics and AI to uncover structures that have remained untouched for millennia. If a high-tech civilization once existed and was wiped out by a global catastrophe, then understanding what happened to them could help us prevent the same fate from happening to us. This raises an even larger question. If Musk is searching for signs of life on Mars, should he first be looking for evidence of lost civilizations right here on Earth? The Mars connection. Were we more advanced than we think? Elon Musk has made it his life's mission to colonize Mars, believing that humanity must become a multi-planetary species in order to survive. His vision of a self-sustaining colony on the Red Planet is fueled by the belief that Earth will eventually face a catastrophic event, whether natural or man-made, that could wipe out civilization as we know it. But what if our ancestors already attempted this? What if ancient civilizations once had the capability to leave Earth and establish colonies elsewhere? Ancient texts, myths, and even artwork contain strange depictions of flying machines, space travel, and otherworldly visitors. In the Mahabharata, an ancient Hindu epic, there are references to Vimanas, flying craft that could soar through the skies and even travel between worlds. These descriptions are eerily similar to modern aircraft and spaceships, leading some researchers to speculate that they could be evidence of lost technologies. Were these merely symbolic representations of divine chariots, or could they be historical records of an ancient civilization's advanced aerospace knowledge? If the stories of Vimanas are true, they could indicate that ancient societies possessed an understanding of aerodynamics, propulsion, and interstellar travel. But if these technologies once existed, what happened to them? Musk has often entertained the idea that life on Earth could have originated elsewhere, either by natural panspermia or by a previous intelligent species seeding the planet. If that's the case, then it would mean that our own history stretches back far beyond what mainstream science acknowledges. Fossil evidence suggests that intelligent life on Earth has existed for only a fraction of the planet's history. But what if there were civilizations that predated us by hundreds of thousands or even millions of years? Some scientists argue that if an advanced society had existed that long ago, we wouldn't have any evidence of it today. Over millions of years, the remnants of even the most technologically sophisticated civilization would have been completely erased by geological changes, erosion, and plate tectonics. Mars itself presents one of the greatest mysteries in our solar system. Musk's obsession with the planet goes beyond exploration. He has hinted that there could be more to Mars than we currently understand. The Curiosity and Perseverance rovers have already uncovered evidence that the planet once had flowing water, lakes, and possibly an atmosphere suitable for life. Some researchers argue that Mars may have once been home to an advanced civilization, but some unknown disaster, either a natural cataclysm or self-inflicted destruction, led to its downfall. Theories about ancient Martian life have persisted for decades, fueled by satellite images of structures that resemble pyramids, rectangular formations, and even what some claim to be a giant face carved into the surface. NASA has dismissed these as natural formations, but others believe they may be the remains of an ancient Martian civilization. Could it be possible that an advanced species once lived on Mars, only to be wiped out, forcing survivors to flee to Earth? If ancient civilizations were capable of interstellar travel, did they achieve something that led to their own downfall, forcing humanity to start over from scratch? Some researchers speculate that past civilizations may have even attempted to terraform planets, only to fail, resulting in the barren landscapes we see today. It's possible that their experiments with energy, weapons, or planetary engineering led to devastating consequences, forcing a reset of human history. If Musk's projects in space exploration, AI, and energy are simply rebuilding what once was, then we must ask, why was it lost in the first place? If past civilizations reached the stars, only to be forgotten, what warning signs should we be looking for to prevent history from repeating itself? The truth is emerging. Are we ready for it? With Musk's growing interest in ancient maps, lost civilizations, and the hidden chapters of human history, the world is beginning to pay attention to the mysteries that have been buried for centuries. From ancient maps that show the world before recorded history, to underwater ruins, to strange anomalies beneath Antarctica, the evidence is mounting that we have been kept in the dark about our true past. The real question is, why? Who benefits from suppressing this information? If the truth were to be revealed, it could change everything we know about humanity's origins and its potential. The mainstream narrative of human history tells us that civilization developed slowly from primitive hunter-gatherers. But what if that's not the case? What if we've been here before, only to be reset by global cataclysms, lost knowledge, and deliberate cover-ups? Musk is not just pushing for the future, he is redefining history itself. He has repeatedly questioned the official version of events, from the possibility of ancient advanced civilizations to the potential for hidden extraterrestrial contact. If the technology of lost societies was somehow rediscovered, it could revolutionize our world overnight. Could the secrets of free energy, interstellar travel, and alternative physics already exist in ancient records that we've dismissed as myth? The closer Musk and other truth seekers get to unraveling these mysteries, the more resistance they face. Ancient history has been controlled, edited, and rewritten to fit a narrative that serves the powerful. Musk's willingness to question everything puts him in a position where he could be the one to expose the greatest cover-up in human history. If an entire lost civilization once existed, then we must ask, who erased them from history? Why was their knowledge hidden? What warnings did they leave behind? If human history is a cycle, one in which civilizations rise, achieve greatness, and then collapse, then it becomes more important than ever to uncover the truth before it happens again. Musk's vision is not just about building the future, but about ensuring we learn from the past so that humanity doesn't make the same fatal mistakes. It is no coincidence that Musk is pushing the boundaries of technology, energy, and space exploration at a time when so much of our past is being re-examined. Perhaps we are finally at the threshold of rediscovering what was lost. With modern technology capable of uncovering long-lost knowledge, we may be on the verge of a massive revelation that alters everything we believe about civilization, science, and our place in the universe. Could it be that we are living in the final days of historical censorship? Will Musk be the one to bring forth the truth? One thing is certain, the more we learn, the less we truly know about our past. But with new discoveries on the horizon, the real history of humanity may finally be revealed. What if everything we thought we knew about history is wrong? What if Musk's obsession with space, AI, and energy is more than just a quest for the future, but a rediscovery of the past? As more ancient secrets come to light, it's clear that something has been hidden from us. The truth about lost civilizations, advanced technology, and our true origins may be closer than ever before. What do you think? Are we on the verge of uncovering something far greater than we ever imagined? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mind-blowing discoveries coming soon.